When you think of the biggest enemy of the modern lion, hyenas come to mind. Two fierce apex predators competing for food and territory in the African savanna. But once upon a time, long before hyenas became the lion's biggest rivals, there was a more vicious prehistoric conflict between cave lions, the gigantic super predators of the old world, and Neanderthals, the extinct cousins of the modern man. How did Neanderthals find themselves in such perilous circumstances? How did they survive these harsh times? This video explores the kill or be killed relationship between cave lions and Neanderthals. Over 50,000 years ago, during the Middle Paleolithic period in Eurasia, Neanderthals lived in relatively close proximity to cave lions, which could weigh over 800 pounds. And it was bloody whenever they went toe-to-toe. Sometimes, it was a classic David versus Goliath story, where the much smaller Neanderthals triumphed or managed to escape with minimal injuries. Other times, they were not so fortunate, succumbing to the lethal claws and teeth of these massive predators. To uncover the origins of the deadly clash between these two powerful mammals that once ruled the earth, we need to travel back in time to trace how they evolved and came to share the same ecosystem. Cave lions may have resembled modern lions on steroids, but they were a distinct species, with their lineages diverging about 500,000 years ago. Their shared ancestors, lion-like felids, first emerged in East Africa between 1.7 and 1.2 million years ago. Some of these big cats dispersed into Eurasia during the transition from the early Pleistocene to the Middle Pleistocene periods around 780,000 years ago, eventually giving rise to Panthera fossilis, which is considered the direct predecessor of cave lions. Similar to modern lions, cave lions had a yellowish-gray coat. However, the males either lacked manes entirely or had very small manes. They stood about 5 feet tall at the shoulder and were up to 7 feet in length from the tip of their nose to the end of their back, excluding their tail. On average, they weighed between 700 and 800 pounds. For context, that's the weight of about 3 Dwayne "The Rock" Johnsons. Some individuals even exceeded that, making them one of the largest cats to ever live. Studies suggest that cave lions had a bite force of over 1,800 psi, which was twice as powerful as that of a modern lion. Their strong jaws housed large sharp canines and carnassial teeth, perfect for gripping and tearing flesh. Equipped with long muscular limbs, they could run at speeds up to 30 miles per hour, allowing them to chase down prey. Their strong paws and retractable claws stayed sharp, ensuring they were formidable hunters. These physical traits made them apex predators, capable of taking down large prey, such as reindeer, bison, wild horses, and even young mammoths. One might assume the much smaller Neanderthals would be easy prey for these giants. Surprisingly, this wasn't always the case. Neanderthals had adapted to survive in an environment where encountering a cave lion was as common as meeting a neighbor at the local cinema. Let's take a closer look at how Neanderthals managed to thrive alongside these mega predators. Neanderthals, the closest extinct relatives of modern humans, lived in Eurasia until about 40,000 years ago, coexisting with apex predators like cave lions and cave hyenas. DNA and fossil studies suggest that their lineage split from that of modern humans between 500,000 and 800,000 years ago, with Homo heidelbergensis likely being their last common ancestor. Unlike modern humans, Neanderthals had a stocky and muscular physique, which enabled them to physically withstand attacks, or even confront predators. Their dense skeletal structure made them less prone to severe injuries during close encounters. One of their most effective survival strategies was their advanced tool use. However, like all survival adaptations, their mechanisms had limitations. Cave lions remained a constant threat to Neanderthals. But did cave lions develop a genuine appetite for Neanderthal flesh, or were these attacks driven by territorial dispute or other factors? Let's unpack the cave lion's diet to find out. Isotope studies and bone analysis suggest that the primary diet of cave lions consisted of large herbivores, including reindeer, red deer, bison, wild horses, rhinos, elks, and the now extinct mammoths, and megaloceros. When their usual prey was scarce, they scavenged carcasses left by other predators or animals that died naturally. During periods of extreme hunger, they may have occasionally preyed on Neanderthals or other rare food choices such as hibernating bears. Therefore, attacks on Neanderthals were more likely driven by territorial conflicts than dietary needs. Even so, countless Neanderthals likely fell victim to the deadly claws and teeth of cave lions. Neanderthals often sought shelter in caves to protect themselves from predators like cave lions and harsh weather conditions. However, the presence of fossilized cave lion bones and skeletons in caves, which even earned these predators their name, suggests that just simply hiding in these spaces wasn't always enough. Neanderthals were sometimes forced to confront these apex predators physically, and evidence suggests they occasionally triumphed over their feline adversaries. Archaeological and paleontological findings indicate that Neanderthals fought and killed cave lions on certain occasions. Several fossils of cave lions bearing cut marks from stone tools crafted by Neanderthals have been discovered at archaeological sites. One such site is Einhornhöhle, or Unicorn Cave in Germany, where cut-marked cave lion bones were found. Neanderthals also collected cave lion pelts, likely using them as clothing or bedding, as suggested by specific cut marks on bones and teeth. This implies they may have hunted cave lions for their fur, which would have been highly valuable in Ice Age climates. Similar to modern humans, Neanderthals might have also hunted large predators, including cave lions, as a display of skill or dominance. Thus, in addition to defending themselves against cave lions, Neanderthals may have occasionally been the aggressors. However, this risky behavior of Neanderthals came with significant consequences. Studies have shown that about 80 to 90% of Neanderthals died before the age of 40, with traumatic injuries and violent deaths being among the primary causes. Even if they survived their injuries temporarily, the likelihood of infection was high due to limited knowledge of medicine. Ultimately, the harsh conditions of the Ice Age were the driving force behind the kill or be killed relationship between cave lions and Neanderthals. Cave lions and Neanderthals shared the Pleistocene epoch, or Ice Age as it's commonly known. This was a time of extreme glacial and interglacial cycles. During glacial periods, much of Eurasia was covered in ice sheets, with tundra and steppe landscape dominating the terrain. Temperatures could drop dramatically, about as fast as it takes to turn on a heater during winter. Despite their natural adaptations for the cold, thick coats for cave lions, and a stocky, muscular build for Neanderthals, both species were often forced to seek shelter in caves, which were rare but essential for survival. This need for shelter sometimes forced cave lions and Neanderthals to compete for the same cave. And, as you would imagine, there wasn't room for peaceful cohabitation. Such encounters were often violent, especially during harsh winters when resources were scarce. Cave lions, being apex predators, were a deadly threat to Neanderthals, especially to vulnerable individuals like children or injured group members. But, on the other hand, Neanderthals weren't defenseless. Armed with stone weapons and fire, they also posed a threat to cave lions. The Ice Age didn't just determine where they lived, it also shaped what they ate. The Mammoth Steppe, a vast treeless plain stretching across Eurasia, was one of the largest ecosystems on Earth. It provided grazing grounds for large herbivores, like mammoths, bison, and reindeer, which were a primary food source for both cave lions and Neanderthals. During the long and harsh winters, prey became scarce, leading to food shortages. Cave lions and Neanderthals were forced to compete for the limited food available, or even resort to hunting each other to survive. Other predators like cave hyenas, wolves, and even cave bears competed for the same prey, making survival even more challenging for cave lions and Neanderthals. In addition to competing for shelter and prey, the Ice Age likely forced both species to migrate seasonally in search of food and more favorable conditions. This seasonal movement increased the chances of run-ins between cave lions and Neanderthals, making conflict almost inevitable. In the end, the Ice Age wasn't just a backdrop. It may have been a major player in the decline and eventual extinction of both cave lions and Neanderthals. Various factors contributed to the ultimate disappearance of cave lions and Neanderthals. The late Pleistocene period was plagued by rapid climatic fluctuations, characterized by cycles of intense cold and brief warming periods. Thus, unpredictable weather patterns disrupted food sources and migration patterns of cave lions and Neanderthals, placing immense stress on their survival and contributing to their decline. The climate change, coupled with overhunting by modern humans who arrived in Eurasia around 50,000 years ago, caused a sharp decline in the population of many large herbivores, such as mammoths, megalosauros, and woolly rhinos. This scarcity of prey left cave lions with limited food options, leading to starvation and population collapse. Similarly, the scarcity of large game forced Neanderthals to compete directly with early modern humans for resources. Unfortunately, Neanderthals were at a disadvantage, as modern humans likely had superior cognitive abilities, more efficient hunting techniques, better tools, and larger social groups. Neanderthals eventually went extinct around 40,000 years ago, largely due to this competition and additional factors. These included the transmission of novel diseases from modern humans to Neanderthals, who had no immunity against these diseases, and their relatively low genetic diversity, which made them less adaptable to environmental changes. Modern humans didn't only compete with cave lions for prey. They also hunted these large felids for their pelts and possibly meat, as evidenced by the La Garma site in Spain. This further reduced cave lion populations. The end of the Ice Age and beginning of the Holocene epoch, approximately 12,000 years ago, brought about significant warming, transforming the tundra and steppe landscapes into forests and other ecosystems less favorable to cave lions. These apex predators, which relied on prey grazing in open grasslands, struggled to hunt effectively in forested environments. Eventually, the combined pressures led to the extinction of cave lions around 12,000 years ago. Cave lions not only influenced Neanderthals, but also had a lasting impact on modern humans. Their pelts and bones played roles in their early fashion, artwork, rituals, and religious practices. Early modern humans created cave paintings and sculptures of these super predators, reflecting their awe and reverence of these majestic creatures. One of the most famous examples is the anthropomorphic lion man figure from Hohenstein Stadel Cave in Germany, dating back to around 41,000 to 35,000 years ago. This remarkable artifact symbolizes how cave lions influenced the creativity and culture of modern humans, both directly and indirectly. The story of how cave lions hunted Neanderthals is one of two species struggling for survival in an unstable world, only to eventually succumb to harsh conditions. It's also a testament to how our species, perhaps unknowingly, contributed to the extinction of these once powerful creatures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel. What aspects of cave lions' lives do you find most fascinating? Let us know in the comments section. And remember to ring the notification bell to stay updated on our scientific and prehistoric documentaries. Bye for now.